Hey YouTube, it's Razi ranting again, but not really ranting, just kind of had a thought. I was thinking about how people come into your life and how people leave your life and the effects that they have on you when they do these things. And it seems to be a pretty common thing when I talk to friends of mine where it's just like, everyone comes into your life for a reason, people leave your life for a reason, Some people just come in and help you with the situation and then they go away. Some people are just temporary. Some people are meant to be there forever, to be by your side and help you with whatever trials and tribulations you have in life. And so I agree with that too. And so I tend to think about that when people come into my life, like, what is it that you're here to do for me? And it's not always for me. Sometimes it's, people come into your life for you to help them too. So I think about that and I'm like, what is it I'm helping you with, or what is it you're helping me with? And so in a previous scenario of my life, I had a major crush on someone who was pretty fucking toxic for me, and I just could not get over this person. And no matter what I did, no matter what I tried, I would just, close a chat thing that we use all day. If she texts me, I wouldn't respond. I wouldn't look at some site that we're both on or whatever, and I would just try and ignore her. But then it's like the moment I talk to her, just everything just comes flooding back, and it was a real pain in the dick. And so yeah, that was a real pain in the dick. And I kind of have this philosophy or motto or saying or whatever, that it's easier to move on when you have someone to move to. And I'm not necessarily saying that I need to rebound from relationship to relationship, but it could be applied to anything. You're really close friends with someone, you have a best friend, and for whatever reason you and that best friend stop talking to each other. And so you and that best friend used to do so many things together and spend so many hours of the night talking and just had such a bond, but you two don't have that bond anymore and you really miss that friend. So then in comes another person out of left field all of a sudden that you just met at a party or at work or whatever, and you start talking to that person, and then that person ends up becoming your best friend. So even though you miss the person that you lost, you now have this new person to spend time with and share those affections with, and you know what I mean? And then so in my case it was I was really into the toxic girl, and then the girl that I used to like came into my life, and she spent a whole bunch of time with me and talked to me, and there was all kinds of flirtiness and happiness and just all kinds of shit like that, and it really helped me get over the toxic person. So now when I see the toxic person or I talk to her or whatever, I don't have those feelings anymore that hurt, because, well, I don't want to say toxic person, she's not toxic, but the situation between us was. So because of me sort of moving from her to the new person and sharing affections with that person, it allowed me to get over at least a large section of what it was that was keeping me from getting over it on my own. And typically what that situation is for me, because it's happened before, that's why I have the saying, it's typically with said toxic girl or toxic situation girl, I had the notion that I was only there for her because she wanted me to be, not for any reason that had really anything to do with me. Or maybe that's not exactly clear. It's I was there for her because she needed that male affection that she wasn't getting from the guys that she's actually interested in. She wasn't getting the sex that she wanted from other guys, so she would get it from me. She wasn't getting the guy that she was interested in to really talk to her a lot or spend money on her or take her places or just come cuddle or whatever. So I was like that. I refer to myself as the in-between guy, because more often than not, girls that I seem to get involved with are interested in someone that's really shitty, and then they break up with them and then just spend all this time being all lovey-dovey with me, and then they like someone else and they move on. So, but that's besides the point. It's basically, that was the situation with her, and so I felt like shit, and I would just, so many things, like, I would see her like flirt with another guy, and she'd be all flirty and cuddly and all cutesy with them, but then I do it and it's just like, LOL, you know, something like that if we're texting, you know. And she would even go so far as like showing me conversations on her phone or on a computer or whatever between her and these other guys, and I'd see these things and I'm just like, why don't you ever do that with me, you know? So that's why I said I was her in-between guy. So then, say I were to, another situation, I go out to a bar, and actually for this to be relevant, I gotta add another part. She'd like guys, and she would like send them pictures, and they'd send pictures back. And she would send me pictures occasionally, but when I send pictures back to her, she'd never keep them. But then she'd show me her phone, or show me a folder on the computer, and she would have the pictures of these other guys there, but there was never any pictures of me. Same content, but she'd never saved mine, so it made me feel completely unattractive. It's like, you're sleeping with me, but you're not keeping pictures of the D, but you're keeping pictures of this guy's D, you know what I mean? So it's just something like that, right? Or just pictures of my face even, you know, it's just shit, taking pictures together she didn't even save, but she'd save pictures of her with other guys. So it was just like, I just feel like this completely unattractive, unwanted person. So flash forward to a fairly recent event. I go to a club, and there was a person that I was interested in, but when I met them, they had someone. So I said, okay, not gonna go there, I'm just gonna step away. And me and this person flirted, we connected, we were clicking pretty well. And then when I go to the bar this night, that person was there. So then it was like, well, I was interested in you then, I'm still interested in you now. And this person was just very, very into me, and it just made me feel sexy. It made me feel wanted, just, you know, grabbing me by the belt, pulling me towards them, and just making out and just dancing with me, and just like, I'm sitting on the bar stool and they're in between my legs just dancing and rubbing their hands on my chest, and I'm just like all about it, you know. And I didn't get that kind of affection from this person that I was crushing on so hard, but I'm getting this affection from this person that, you know, this new person in my life, and it made me feel really good. It made me feel like I was an attractive person, like I was sexy, like I had something to offer, like I was wanted. Now, so that's like, you know, that's a good walking in, and that's a good, they were there, that helped me, you know. They helped me realize that I was worth being wanted, like I was worth something, you know, like I was attractive and whatnot, you know. And you kind of get to a point in your mind where you don't really believe that, you know. And I was at that point, I didn't really believe it. I felt like it was just a waste of my time, like, you know. But I could not stop going to this person and fulfilling her needs, even though she wasn't fulfilling mine. So then, when this person, you know, when this person came into my life, it just filled me with that, you know. It helped rebuild my confidence, it helped rebuild my self-esteem. Like, I felt like, you know, yeah, it's nice to know that there's people out there that actually want me, you know. And unfortunately with this toxic situation, it was a continuous thing for a long time. So there was a few people that came in that did this sort of thing temporarily, long term, whatever. They came in and they did it, and it's actually helped me a lot. And then, like I said, with the girl that I used to like, she came in and she was actually responding to my flirty texts and responding to my flirty messages and blushing when I said things and flirting back with me, and just lots of exchange. And she actually really wanted to speak to me and would want to spend time with me, and it was just like great, you know. So it just kind of helped. It was almost like that final push to really just get away from that person. So, you know, so that's just a little bit of backstory on what, as a scenario on what I'm talking about. But on the flip side of that, I have this idea that like I'm not really gonna get into the situation of what happened, because today slash yesterday at the time of recording this, it's what, 2:53 a.m. on the 28th of October. It was a really shitty day, and I just don't want to get into that right now. But basically, it was like, have you ever felt like someone came into your life and they made things better, but it was like temporary, because at the end of it all, you're just kind of right back where you started, but it hurts more. Like, you know, like, it's just like, so I just feel like, you know, I could have dealt without you coming into my life, because all you did was just put me right back where I started, but now I feel worse than I did when you first came into it, you know? So like I said, I'm not going to get into that, but I just kind of had that thought. I wonder if any of you who watch this have a similar scenario, because I'm interested in hearing about it, and maybe I'll tell mine at some point, but just, I don't want to, I'm done. I'm just sitting back watching Game Grumps and watching their Mario Sunshine playthrough and just enjoying myself, because it's just so, just everything yesterday was just terrible. And I got another thing I want to talk about, but I don't know if I'll record it after this, but I don't know. So I'm interested to see what you guys think. Some people said they want to do video responses, so I'd love to watch it. If you want to respond to the video, if you just want to leave a comment, that'd be great. Or hell, you know, considering 90% of you who watch these videos are friends of mine, just fucking talk to me on Skype. So yeah, I guess that's it. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting lost in thought here thinking about it. So yeah, cheers. See you guys.